Hey y'all, hey, and welcome back to Are You For Real podcast. This is episode number 6. I'm your co-host, Cece.
And I'm Miss T.
Yes, and today, you guys, we are going to be diving into the world of relationships. Yes. And we're focusing on the 5 love languages. Do you know what your love language is? You're going to learn, so stay tuned.
Hey girl, hey. Welcome to episode number 6 of Are You For Real podcast, where you have a baby boomer with a whole lot of wisdom and a few wild stories from way back. Your Gen X bestie, bringing the mixtape memories, the attitude, and a dash of real talk. Together, we're bridging the gap from rotary phones to smartphones. Honey, we've seen it all. Each week, we'll take a blast from the past, swap stories, and spill a few opinions along the way. Girl, this week we're talking about relationships in the 5 love languages. The Are You For Real podcast, where generations meet, memories speak, and laughter never gets old. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Yeah, I read this book a long time ago. And it was, when I first read it, I only thought it was for couples. But I found out that, and I read that book in maybe 1.5 days.
Wow.
Because it was so interesting. And I had never heard that, about the 5 love languages. Right. And I first heard him on a talk show on TV.
Okay.
And when he was saying it, I said, oh, what is my love language? So I was thinking, the 5 love languages are words of affirmation, acts of service, giving gifts, physical touch, and quality time. And I think mine are acts of service, because I like to give, but sometimes it's hard for me to receive.
Right. And my love language is receiving of gifts. I really thought that I would be the act of services as well, but after I took the quiz, it didn't pan out to be such.
Oh, okay.
I like to give gifts, but I do like to receive gifts. I have like a little like this high pitch. So I guess I
know. Yeah, well, it's good to get gifts, but sometimes it's like I get kind of, I don't know, do I deserve it? And yeah, I do. And why are you giving it to me? So I have to learn how to really receive it, because I'm good at giving.
Yes.
So, I like to surprise people too.
Yeah, but you got to allow somebody else to be a blessing.
And I do like to get gifts. I mean, but
I know. That's how somebody told me.
Right. I do have to learn how to receive too. Yeah, I know that. But I like to give and surprise. And if I can surprise people, I do.
Yeah. And like you said, it's very interesting because it can apply to all types of relationships.
Right.
Because if you just know what that person enjoys, you just focus and home in on that particular language for them, and it would be better. It seemed like that would make the world go a lot easier if we all treated people the way they want to be treated. And that would be kind of like the same thing, the way you treat people you want to be treated.
Right.
Yeah, that's how we go back to seeing that.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's very fascinating. And this is kind of full circle for me, because a couple of years ago, this was brought to my attention. And but it really wasn't brought to me like in a loving way. It was kind of like sarcastic, and also I'm smarter than you type of way. So I did not receive it. And you know who you are. That's what I'm gonna say. But I finally get it now. Right. And I wish I would have had this earlier in my adulthood, in relationships. I think things would have been a lot easier, better for me.
I think so, because like I said, when I first heard this, I never even thought about languages. You see how people react to different situations, but when you have sort of a guideline to really look at how people are and what they want, and because a friend of mine, he was really a giver, but he liked to receive too. So he was a good giver. But he liked to receive. And, if you went somewhere and did something, he was kind of looking, what did I get? But he was letting us know, what he wanted. So that was good,
Right. And a lot of people don't even do that.
Right.
They don't let you know anything.
Right.
They just don't say nothing.
No, right. Yeah. And it's like, oh, anything. And you ask somebody, well, what you like? I want to get you something that you like, not just something I want. And you don't want to get them a little cheap gift just to be giving either.
Right.
You want to give them something that they could use or desire,
Right.
something that they would maybe not buy for themselves, So.
But what do we always say? Oh, nothing.
Oh, no,
I just,
thank you.
whatever
You
want.
get.
I'm in a video of what I want.
I need to do that
vloggers
myself.
and my YouTube channel, girl. I made a list. I know what I want.
I need to make a list. I need to make a list. But the people have desires, so we just have to really be honest with each other.
Yes.
I think, and see how people, what they're giving, and really listen. We're not good listeners, and I've been asking this year to help me to be a good listener to what people are saying, because people really tell you who they are, and they tell you what they want.
Yeah. But you're like, girl, you playing, girl,
right.
Something. That's funny. And they telling you the truth.
Right.
And you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you need to listen more and speak less.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, oh, please, honey, them days
I know
they
what
are
I want.
over.
I know what I want.
That's true.
Let me ask you, Miss T, like, where did you learn? What was your understanding about relationships? Where did that come from? Like, how did you learn about relationship? Was it just like trial and error, just through your family, or how did you manage to learn how to navigate in a relationship?
I think it was looking at my family, my mother and father, because my mother was really a giver, and because my brother and I used to say, well, Mama, why are you doing that? And she said, well, if it doesn't hurt you, just do it, because it's right to do it.
Yes.
So I think I mostly saw her do it, like you said, trial and error too, and the different relationships. And I've had some really good relationships, even starting in when I was in high school and elementary school. I still, like I said, I'm still talking to my first grade friend that we were in first grade together. And then she's married to my play brother. Because back south, and he's real close and everything. So she's married to him. And so they were there when my mother passed away. They were so helpful. And for us to be that young, because it was, I think I was 17 years old when she passed. So for them, for people at that young of age to stick with me and to be there with me, it was really a wonder. So I've been looking at relationships, and I take relationships very seriously. And relationships, you do have to work at them.
Yes.
But everybody is not supposed to be your friend either. So you have to know the difference. Because you have acquaintances and you have associates and you have friends, and everybody is not your friend, and everybody is not a long-term friend. You got people that seasonal friends.
Yeah.
Somebody told me friends are like elevators. Some get on, some get off. So you better know the ones that need to get off.
Well, that comes to my next question of forbidden relationships.
Oh.
I mean, for me, when I think of
what do you think about that?
Well, let me, before I move on, let me just add like where I learned about relationships.
Okay.
And girl, I don't think I did. I would have to say trial and error.
Right.
I would have to say just School of Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I'm confused. And now that I'm married, I've been married for over 20 years. Now that I'm reading the book or getting, knowledge from this book of the love languages, girl, I've been doing it all wrong. So I would, after today, because I didn't get a chance to do my research until today, and I was like, oh, like this is interesting.
It's very interesting.
Like I really want to go back. Well, I want to get the book. I want to read it. I want to see what it has to say. And, hopefully, I think the main thing in my relationship right now is the communication. So if I could learn how to communicate a little bit better, but if I knew the love language, I might not have to worry about communicating. Because if I'm satisfying that person with the love language that they want or that they crave, then the communication may not be a problem anymore. So I'm gonna get back with y'all on that one. But yeah, so back to the question I just asked before I interrupted myself. The forbidden relationships. When I think of that, I think of like having a relationship at work. Like, that's a no-no. You should not be having relationships at work.
That's true.
You should be, with like a married man or married woman.
Right. And that's where those forbidden relationships can happen.
Yes.
Because you're with that person more than you are probably with your wife, your spouse at home.
Right.
So you're seeing that person all the time. This person is all dressed and makeup and hair and everything. And when you
Right.
go home, some of you wives need to, be looking nice for the husband when he comes home.
Right.
You're
right.
Just don't be in your
can't-
robe and
yeah.
rollers.
You can't slack.
Right.
You can't slack. You have to stay on your game throughout the whole entire relationship.
Right.
I think at some points we tend to get very comfortable.
Right.
And you cannot get comfortable for nothing. Like, I mean, what you say, like if you go to work or do you get comfortable at work? So if you putting the charade up at work, you kind of need to do the same thing at home to a certain extent.
That's true.
You want to be yourself, but at the same time, whatever you did to get them, you need to keep doing to keep them. That's all I can say about that.
And and I like looking nice.
Me too.
I like dressing.
Yeah.
My family, I have a family picture of my family that we took, and the men had their suits on and the women had their dresses, and very nice and stuff. So when we go out, we looked good as a family. So I guess that just resonated with me, all through my life up until now. So especially when I go to church, I've dressed to go to church. I like looking good, not trying to impress anybody else, but I'm just looking good for myself.
Right. And that's another thing. Yeah. I think the first person you need to fall in love with is yourself.
Right.
Well, remember you told me not.
I said love yourself, not be in love with
Here
yourself now.
Here we go.
Love yourself,
well, you have
guys.
to love yourself first,
Right.
I think. And then that will put the energies out to attract.
Right.
Because you pretty much attract where you are. So if
Yeah,
you're
that's
taking
true.
care of yourself, you're doing well, you love, you're loving yourself, you're taking care of yourself, you're going to attract that.
That's true. And I've always liked to look good, and especially at the workplace.
Yes.
And especially when they started letting us wear pantsuits, that is my thing. I love pantsuits. So what they call them, the power suits now, when the ladies have them on, oh, they are fantastic. But I was wearing pants before they even called them power pants. So we baby boomers started that. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Oh.
Okay, so the creator of the 5 love languages is Gary Chapman. So if you're interested in researching or checking out what we're even talking about, look up Gary Chapman for the 5 love languages.
Yes.
He also has books on how to apologize as well. I think I'm good in that aspect, because I always apologize first, because I don't like being upset.
Right.
Like, my husband told me basically, don't even apologize no more. Like, I don't know. He just said, don't apologize. He just says, I'm pretty much always right, and I'll be feeling bad if we argue, and I'll apologize. He said, just don't even apologize. So I really don't apologize anymore in our relationship, because he always just say, don't even apologize. You don't need to apologize, because I guess he knows he's stubborn.
Oh, that's true.
So he told me, just don't apologize, because he's probably going to know he's going to say something that probably he shouldn't be saying, or that's wrong, or it's too late, or not enough. I don't know. But he just told me to not even apologize anymore. But I still do, because some of the things I do say, they come not from a good place. So I do apologize for some things. But he just told me not to apologize no more. So
okay, well, that's good, I guess, for you guys.
yeah, for us, but I still have to apologize. I don't know. You know what? At this big age, I don't feel I should be apologizing. I should know better. So for me, I tend not to apologize, because I don't plan on doing people wrong to have to apologize. How about that?
Well, the thing about that though is, when you do say something and the person may take it the wrong way, and you're thinking you're okay what you said. Right. So then when they come and let you know, well, that's not, that wasn't, I didn't like the way you said it, then I am quick to apologize. Now, really? I did have one situation that I had to really pray on myself.
Okay.
Because that person to me was wrong.
Right.
And so, but it's not so much who is wrong, is that who can be the bigger person and say, you know what, I apologize.
Right.
And just say, I apologize. I didn't say I was sorry. And
right.
I said I was apologizing.
That's the same. What's the
thought about that?
You said I'm not sorry, but I apologize.
So I thought about that. So I learned later you're supposed to be sorry. I should have said sorry, but I didn't say it. Yeah. So okay, so now People can apologize, but that don't mean they're sorry about what they said. So there is a difference, okay,
That's
you
why
guys.
you say that, because if I feel I'm right and I really, really feel you wrong,
Right.
and they ask me, I'm like, I said what I said.
Right.
That's what I come back. I said what I said.
Yeah, well, but I do apologize because you took it the wrong way. I didn't say I was sorry. So you got to do both of them. You know what I mean? I think you have to do both of them. You have to learn that. You know.
But when I say I'm sorry, I always say I'm sorry.
But you don't say, you say I'm sorry. You don't say I apologize, huh? So
I thought when you apologize, you have, I want to apologize, and then you say I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's what I thought. But I just usually say I'm sorry. And
well,
then if I said something, they said something, I said, well, I apologize to you. So that's when I use apologize.
Right.
I apologize already. Right. I don't say I'm sorry. I'm sorry again. Because I'm gonna keep saying I'm sorry.
Right. But see, that's what I'm saying. That's
not a good thing to keep saying. So maybe we should. So should we? Okay. So moving forward, or we just say I apologize?
Well, you can say both. I mean, sometimes they'll say apologize, and then they say, well, it's not sincere. It's okay, well, I'm sorry.
How's somebody gonna say when you? I mean,
some people do feel
you're vulnerable when you say either or.
I know. But
so how you gonna say somebody it wasn't real?
People don't have to accept your apology. You know that.
I'd rather somebody say they don't accept it than say that it's not genuine. Because when you break down and you say, do people apologize and don't mean it?
Probably. If they feel like they want to get something from you or get something, they've been conniving. Yeah. So
I just never really thought of it like that. I mean, for me, if I'm apologizing, like I'm vulnerable, I thought about it, I might be upset, and then I was like, I'm wrong, but I would never say I'm sorry if I didn't mean it.
Right. And see, that's what I'm saying. You have to really mean it. But if you want the person and you know something also, when you apologize and the person does not accept, and they'll say that, well, you know what, it's really on them. If you apologize and said you were sorry and they don't receive it, then that's on them. I'm finished with it.
Yeah, I'm done after that point.
That's it. And
so, you know, it's nothing else to say. If you don't say my apology, then I guess we're not moving on. That's just the end of it. So I'm good with like ending stuff. I'm good at that. I don't have a problem with ending things. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna beg. Okay, we ain't begging. But I said I'm sorry. That was interesting.
I guess we're gonna have a lot of comments on this one.
Oh yeah, that was interesting. But you have a point. Like, it's a point. So let me see. What has been the hardest or the most trying issue in a past or present relationship?
I think the hardest thing for me was when my mother passed at 17. I had never really had a close death in my family. So to really get that, and then to have the support from my family, but then to have people saying, oh, well, her mother passed, now is she going to do right, or she's going to run wild or stuff like that. And so that kind of made me make sure I did as best as possible, the right thing. Yeah. Of, representing my mother. That she wasn't there, but my mother was a really good mother. And I was thinking about my parents. My parents, they call these, what they call helicopter parents or whatever that is. Now,
I've heard that term.
And it's like, I guess they hover over their kids and everything. But as I was, because I was telling my friend I told you first grade, and I said, did our parents ever come to school with us? She said, well, they had to come to school to show us how to get there. Right. But I don't remember my parents really coming there, and I know they did, and I remember walking to school, and my brother was going to the same school, but I don't remember us walking to school together because he was 2 years old. Well, he was 2 years older than me, but he was 3 classes because they let him go to school when he was 5. And I don't ever remember me going to school with him. And I said, did they just let me go to school by myself and nobody was watching? I know they were. Right. But they were, because we were only two blocks from elementary. So that was but that still was a pathway going down there, and there were houses and people, I guess, that knew me. So they were watching out for me. But at that age, you don't even think about it. You just did what you had to do, and I wasn't afraid. So. But I was thinking about that. I had to ask her, did our parents ever come to school? She said, they did. We just don't remember.
Yeah. I mean, parent conferences, stuff like that.
I'm sure they were there.
And then like if recitals or plays or something like that. But one thing I know I never went to like any of the basketball games. I worked. I had a job at McDonald's, so
Really?
I worked. So I never went to anything like that.
When you were in high school?
I didn't become a cheerleader. I wanted to make money. I
You
wanted
was
to
thinking
buy
about money
stuff.
then,
Like I
huh?
wanted to buy makeup, lip gloss, and clothes. And my mother was a single parent, so I wanted to try to make money so I can get some of the extra things that I wanted that she couldn't really afford. So I always
Right.
wanted to work. I've been working since I was 16. So.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, for me, I think it would have to be kind of something similar. Like the relationship I had with Kayla, that was like the hardest relationship that I had so far to deal with, because it's like my niece was my sister and my niece. My mother adopted my sister's daughter. So my niece was my sister and my niece. So it was just really hard to deal with that relationship. And then when she passed, I was so angry. With her. But at the same time, I don't know why it's easier to forgive a dead person than to forgive them when they're alive. Y'all, we need to work on that, because she called me like right before she died, and I just ignored the phone calls. But when I heard the messages, it was almost like she was saying, "I'm sorry, I apologize for everything. She said she wanted to take me somewhere and buy me something." And I just did not, I wouldn't talk to her. But when I seen her body, I was like, I forgive you. Why couldn't I have forgiven her before? Could that have made the change? So that's been the really, that's been the most trying relationship that I've had thus far.
And that is something, because we don't know what people are going through, and when they put us through so much trauma, it's kind of like, okay,
You just put up that
and when they keep calling, they were calling anyway, and it was always maybe something that was kind of negative, so you didn't really want to hear it. So when this happened, and you really wasn't thinking about her, passing at that stage of the game, that age, she was young.
She was like a cat with 9 lives.
Right.
She always made it through, like some of the things that I, like being homeless and just having a rough life. She always made it through. I don't know how she did it, but she managed to get through things that I would not allow in my life. But people have their choices. So that was just, it was very, and then it was just very, it just is very just shocking.
Right. It was a shock. It was a shock when I heard
it was a shock, because when I got the phone call, I was like, what? Like, and we couldn't see it for a while, see the body for a while, because the coroner's office was closed. They were under construction, so we couldn't like go down to like view. But when we finally did, that was hard too. That was hard too.
Yeah.
You think you get closure, but you don't really.
Yeah. Well, and you have the good memories, because I just had a friend that just passed away last month. Of course, you went to the and that was a shock, because she was so active and she had so many things she was doing, and like you said, she always bounced back.
Right.
And so we just said, oh, well, they're gonna get through it. And her attitude, when I talked to her, one of her relatives, and they were just saying how she was planning, when I get out of this, I'm gonna do this and everything. And they said her attitude was so nice, and they were just having a good time. Really in the hospital, she was going through a lot of pain and stuff, but she had such a positive attitude.
Yeah.
And so then when they said that, everybody was like, what? Not her, but we go through things, and you don't know what people are going through. So that's why you treat people like you want to be treated. And that's the one thing that my parents taught me, treat people like you want to be treated. And that's what I try to do. I'm not saying I was perfect at it. I'm perfect at it, but I'm still trying to be the best person that I can be.
You're a good person, Miss Margie.
Thank you. I try to be. I
like you a lot. Do you feel that all of your relationships are genuine?
You know what? It's kind of hard. I believe they are. I'm a genuine person, so I try to be honest with people. I try to treat people like I want to be treated. I am. I used to be, I think, an introvert, But as I get older, I like to talk to people. I like to be around people. So as far as I am, I'm genuine with them. Now, they may not be genuine with me, but they're doing a good job of fooling me, that's for sure. So I believe they're genuine, the ones that are close, because I do know my acquaintances from my friends.
Yes.
See, there's you have friends, you have acquaintances, and you have associates. And so we really need to know the difference. And when you got that little circle of people that you talk to all the time and they're supporting you, you need that. Nobody can be really I don't need anybody. Oh yeah, you need somebody sometime, So I believe they are. And then, like I said, I know the ones that are my friends and I know the ones that aren't.
Yeah.
Now, they may not know, but I do.
I would have to say, I believe that about 80% of the people that surround me are not genuine.
Really?
I really believe.
So who are your friends then? Who are you hanging out
can't
with?
Really say that it's even friends. I would say more on the family side than friends, but I just don't. It's always something. It's always something. Like I don't know. And I have friends going back like 30 years.
Right.
So I know how to be a friend.
Right.
But these new people, like being a friend, as trying to find friends as an adult, it's really tricky.
Well, you know what? Because you have so many distractions, you have all these devices, and I think if we just start interacting with each other more, because when I was growing up, we didn't have all this internet.
No,
so dating was face to face.
Yes.
You went out.
Yes.
We had the drive-in. We had the different dances that we could go to.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
see, now everybody's online, and so I think we really need to get back to meeting people. I mean, you can go to Starbucks. You don't have to. Don't go to the person's house. But meet them out in a public place. And I think if we had more interaction, it would be. But everybody's in their phone. They're walking with their phone. What are you doing in the phone? You got to walk down the sidewalk, looking at the phone.
I don't do that.
But people do it because sometimes I had the people look up, because you're about to walk into
that's
somebody.
Me telling somebody, hey, whoa, yeah.
And then you're at the dinner table and everybody's looking down at the. So when they go to that, everybody needs to put their phone on whatever you call it,
right,
airplane mode or whatever. Right. And but you need to converse with each other. And then this abbreviation, LOL and stuff. These people don't even know how to spell. A lot of them, you ask them. So I mean, it's just something.
Acronyms.
We need to get back to the basics. Now, yes, I'm old fashioned. They say, "Oh, you old fashioned." I used to, when my little cousin said, "Yo, you're just old fashioned." I said, "Well, at least I got 4 sides. I've got more than one side to myself, Because I was kind of upset when he called me old fashioned, and I am a senior, okay. But that was true.
Square up,
right? That's right. But I think that we just need to talk to each other, because I know when I'm out and my friend said, you would talk to anybody. But if I see somebody, I am going to speak to them.
Right.
If we're coming face to face.
Yeah.
Because even we were at a restaurant today and the people were getting up the table and I just smiled at the lady and she smiled back at me. We didn't speak, but we smiled at each other, but she was at another table. They were leaving. Right. So I think that we need to communicate with each other, and then we wouldn't be so, quick to say, they did this or they did that, but think about it. Yeah, we do. And honesty.
People, yeah. Okay, so describe the perfect relationship for you.
Perfect relationship. First of all, there's no perfect relationship because there are no perfect people. We are not perfect. But the closest thing to a relationship with a person that is honest, a person that has humor, and that we can do things and have a good time together. And because my friend that passed away, I did some things with him that I didn't really care to do, but because he did things with me, I did things with him.
Right.
So we need, you have to balance it, and get, it's a give and take. You give some, he takes some, like that. So I just think that I don't think it's a perfect relationship, but it's perfect for us.
Well, that's what I was just trying to say.
Yeah.
Because like someone was asking me, it was like someone asked me about my husband, and I was like, he's perfect, and she was like, nobody's perfect. I was like, girl, he's perfect for me.
Right. He's perfect for you.
He's perfect for me, girl.
Right.
For me, I would say, for me, I think a really positive relationship with me would just be able to communicate.
Right.
Because in my current relationship, I think that's where we're having like one of our biggest obstacles is just the communication. And it's kind of hard to say that's even a problem because my husband is sick, so he just don't have nothing to say. So if you really don't feel like talking and you feel some kind of way, it's hard to communicate when you just don't feel like you really got much to say. So I have to keep that, I have to keep that in the forefront of my mind when I'm thinking like it has to be, I want things to be like how they used to be, but our lives are different because he's not at 100%.
Right.
So yeah, I have to keep that in mind. It's not all about me, and a lot of people, they don't realize like death do us part or sickness and health, those are real. They say those things in your wedding vows because it actually can happen. And it does happen. If like a lot of people, they leave, they want a divorce, but that's not fair, because what if it's you and you're the sick one? And then how would you feel if someone would do that to you? So just think about what you're saying and what you're doing.
Right.
And in a relationship, in a marriage, it is in sickness and in health. And it's hard to deal with a person when they're sick, because sick people, they're usually angry, they're usually upset, they're in pain, they're hurting. You got to find a way to make it work. And sometimes you just have to step back. Because I've had to just kind of step back and let him deal with this. Like, this is a lot to deal with when you're very sick. Like, even if it could be a possibility that you're dying, that's a lot for that person to take in. So sometimes I just have to be like this, and I just have to let him know that I'm here when you need me. But sometimes you may feel like you're not needed. So just hang in there. Just hang in there.
Because they want the support, and sometimes it's hard to ask. But just to let them know, you're in a marriage and you're partners, and I'm here for you. I made this vow, and I guess a lot of people don't take the vows serious.
Right.
So we really need to think about what we're saying and what we're doing, and who we're saying it to.
Because you did say I do. You just won't skip over that one. I do. Okay. Be sure. Why would someone want to stand beside you for the rest of your life?
Because I'm the wonderful person I am. No. You know what? Just kidding. Okay, you guys.
You are wonderful.
Well, you know what? I try to be the best person I can. I thank God for the parents He gave me. And I am about faith, family, and friends. And I'm not a fake. Because my friends say, okay, now you will tell us. And but I ask God, if I'm gonna tell somebody and be honest with somebody, help me to do it with love. Not trying to put somebody down, not trying to say I know better than them, but I'm just giving you my opinion. And let me tell you, most of my friends got big opinions, so we can listen to each other, but that's really good. I mean, we can disagree and be okay with it. And that's what I don't understand with people fighting, because I don't disagree with you or you don't disagree with me. Why am I getting mad with you? You have the right to your opinion.
Right.
Now, it may not be the opinion that I like, and it may be ridiculous opinion,
But when you have an attitude towards somebody because they said something to you that you didn't totally agree with, they struck a nerve.
Right.
So you're dealing with something that you probably haven't dealt with, or someone's calling you out saying, hey, this is what you're doing, and you haven't really made, I don't know, like maybe you think I don't know, like,
well, you have
I would want someone to tell me if my slip is hanging.
Right.
Like, just tell me. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I don't think I get embarrassed. I think I'm too old to be getting embarrassed at this point. Like, if somebody is going to help me or be telling me something, I would want to know if I'm messing up. And
sometimes
aware of it.
That's good, because sometimes it is kind of hard. But if you can just kind of do it discreetly, just kind of say it, because like you said, your slip is hanging. And sometimes, because I remembered something happened, my socks or something was slipping, and my friend was across me, and she just kind of looked down like that, and I said, oh, but she didn't. Everybody in the room probably didn't notice it, because we were in a crowd of people that we hadn't been in.
Right.
These were new people. And so I was out, and I looked at her, and she said, she just kind of looked down, and she did that. And I said, I saw what it was.
That's a good way to do it.
So
I was like, because when you're looking up and down from my time period, that means what's up? What you want to do? You can't look no black woman up and down. It's just gonna end right there.
Right.
But that's a good way to do it. I never thought about that. But this and this in my age bracket, no ma'am.
Yeah, and see, that is a difference, because we grew up in a different culture. Right. Different time, so we did things differently now, and I don't think we took offense as people are taking offense now.
Oh, I see.
Because we did talk. We didn't have all of this, and the one thing, when we grew up, we played a lot of games. See, now I notice now in the community that I'm in, they're playing a lot of games I never heard of, because I had never heard of cornhole. Had you heard that?
Oh, that's the beanbag in the hole.
Yeah,
I love that game.
But I never heard of that until I came here. Had you heard of it before you came here?
No, I didn't. I learned how to play that game here.
Bocce and all this kind of stuff.
I never heard of pickleball.
Right. Well, pickleball. Well, I guess pickleball started with the older people, and the young people trying to take but the older people were playing pickleball a lot longer.
Why do they call it pickle if there's no pickles involved?
I don't know. Somebody told me what that was. I forgot what they said. It called pickleball. I don't know the name after a person called pickle.
I was like, why? My mouth is like, I like pickles. I was like,
no. Yeah, I found a new pickle called bread and butter. You heard of those?
Those are good.
Oh, I had never heard of bread and butter.
They're like kind of thick. And
they are so
they're
good.
Really good.
Oh, yes. Oh, we know what pickle is. That's for sure.
Okay, now this is my very last question, ma'am.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, do you have boundaries? And how and where do you start to build them? Because I don't. I'm working on it.
You know what? I think we all have boundaries. We just don't say them. Because some people can say something and it's okay, and then they can say something else and it's not okay. So it's a different person. It's the different personalities, because we all have those different personalities. Right. So I think we all have those boundaries. We should set boundaries.
Right.
Especially with raising children.
Right.
They should have some boundaries. They should have some rules. Just like people don't think about, God has rules. And his word, it said, study his word. So his word tells us what to do and not to do. And a lot of people don't take that, seriously. But I have found out, if I do what he tells me to do, and you find that out in his word. He says, study my word to show yourself approved.
Yeah. So
just like that, if I'm trying to do what he's telling me to do, and I ask him to help me to be a blessing. He said, you're blessed to be a blessing. You want to be wealthy, not just for you, but you can share and help people.
Right.
So I just, I just believe that we all are here to help each other.
Okay. Well, maybe with me, I'm just not into like a bunch of titles and different things. Maybe I do. I thought that I did not have them because I never really classified my no-nos. Yeah, my no-nos. Because I'm raising kids, so everything is like a no-no square.
Well, some people need to know that no is a complete sentence, and you do not have to explain your no. And
I think I do more explaining most of the time. Well, that's a different situation, but the boundary thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just try to, it's either like a yes or no with me. Red light, green light, black or white. I don't really, if I don't like something, I say I don't like it. I don't, most people, they just don't say nothing, or they don't, but if it's something I don't like or something, I'll immediately, I don't wait. I don't sugarcoat it. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna be able to do that. I don't like that. That's nasty. That stink. I know. Yeah, it's just, and get it over with, because I like to enjoy myself. So if you don't really have a bunch of hang-ups, but you can say it in a nice way. I think I get away with like saying what I say and not causing a problem. I can do it in a nice way, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I just don't like to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, well,
And then if it doesn't work out, I just leave. Like, if they don't want to make me comfortable, or I feel like I'm uncomfortable, and I said what I had to say, and it's nobody's correcting the situation, I can always go home.
right. That's true.
I got a home. I'll take my butt home.
And you don't have to take them home with you.
Right, and I take them home with me. So I just leave. I don't have no problem with leaving.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think we did that one, girl.
Okay.
You ready for the rapid fire?
Yes, let's do the rapid fire.
All right, you want to go first?
Oh, you want me to do real rapid fire? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Hawaii, Alaska.
Hawaii.
Football, basketball.
Basketball.
Long hair, short hair.
Long hair.
Beard, no beard.
Beard.
No beard for me. Plane, train.
Plane.
Train. Chocolate pie, chocolate cake.
Ooh, what? A chocolate cake. Chocolate pie?
Yes, honey. We grew up with chocolate pies, and you know they don't know how to make chocolate pies now. That's a baby boomer thing, honey.
All right, then.
A real chocolate pie.
I would like to learn about the chocolate pie.
My chocolate pie is really good.
Like,
we grew up with that.
Oh, like from the Help. Remember that chocolate pie that she made?
Well,
Oh, Miss Walters, that's Miss Hilly's special pie.
it wasn't like, but yeah, we made chocolate pies from the chocolate.
That's right.
And they were real chocolate. This stuff
You know
that
how to
they
make
call chocolate now. You know what? I was trying to get my cousin because she could make the best chocolate pie. I had the recipe. I think I have the recipe. I'm gonna see if I can do it.
Thank you.
Long pants, short pants. Long pants, short pants.
How long pants, short pants?
Yeah, because some okay for guys. Some guys can wear long pants. Some can wear short. Well, we can too. But I would, as a man, would you rather say a man?
Shorts or pants?
Well, shorts down past their knee.
I would have to say long pants.
Okay. And the last one for me is truck or SUV.
A truck.
You know, a lot of women are driving these trucks. I saw this lady, this big truck. I mean, this was this big one with the big tires and everything. And I'm thinking, you know, you're thinking, and this little lady, shorter than I'm, probably about 5'4", steps out this truck. I said, "You go, girl." That
was me when I picked you up for Thanksgiving. Huh?
Right.
Was you surprised to see me in
Yeah,
that truck?
I saw that truck. Yes.
Yeah.
But I like trucks too, but not to drive. I don't drive.
Not to drive. They're hard to drive. Like, I get nervous. And plus, he doesn't have that step railing thing.
Right,
So when I get out, I just fall to the floor.
Yeah.
All right, my turn. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Flowers or candy?
Flowers.
Movies or play?
Play.
Slim or muscles?
Slim. Slim, honey.
I like mommy and fluffy. Mommy is fluffy.
No, man.
Long or short hair? Oh,
short.
Oh, that was the same question we had.
Short,
I knew it was one. Oh, rich or comfortable?
Ooh, both.
You always like to choose. You like the one answer.
At this point in time, rich.
Be honest. Thank you. Well, I know what you're gonna pick on this one. Suit or jeans?
Oh, you know, I like the jeans. I like to see a man with a nice shirt and some nice jeans, fitting jeans. I like
jeans too. I would have to say jeans too on that one.
Yeah, but suits are good.
Suits are good, but I like jeans too.
Yeah.
Kiss or hand or hold your hand?
Hold my hand.
Church. So this is if you're getting. Oh, I'll take that back. Church wedding or destination wedding? Ooh.
I've never been. Have I been to a destination wedding? Church wedding, because you can always have a destination.
Okay. So wedding dress, white or cream?
Some need to wear cream. At this time, cream.
I think that white is too. I think a white wedding dress doesn't flatter ebony skin. Like cream, I think cream looks better on our skin than a white dress. Almost for everyone, white is just too white for some reason. And like you said, everybody can wear it.
Well, it depends on the style of the dress too.
Yeah, that would make sense too. Because I think a dress with like a lot of rouging and stuff looks better in white than in cream.
Right.
But if I had to renew my vows, well, when I got married, I wore cream.
Okay.
I wore cream.
Okay,
let's see. If you were getting married, would you be escorted down the aisle or walk by yourself?
I'll be escorted.
I'm walking down the aisle.
But you know what? It's good to walk down the aisle by yourself and make that statement.
You can.
Yeah,
I did it the
think
last
escorted.
time. Yeah, I went
I
by
would like
myself.
to be escorted. You know, when now because my brother passed away too. But 2 of my male relatives.
I don't know if I had to. I don't know. I think I'm too old to be escorted down.
Girl, I'm older than you are.
She said escort. I don't know.
But I said 2 escorts. I didn't say 1.
Oh, you said 2.
2. 2 male escorts.
Well, maybe like if I renew my vows, maybe royalty. Oh, royalty could walk me down the aisle. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, my little grandson. Okay, chicken or beef?
Chicken.
Jump the broom, yes or no?
No.
Prenup, yes or no?
Ooh, at these times, oh my goodness. I always said no, but I'm saying yes now.
That's all that I have. I really hope you guys enjoyed the show. I had a great time. This was a good one. I love this one. For us, if you have any questions or concerns, please leave them down in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video.
I'm Miss T.
I'm Miss Cece.
Bye.
Bye.